But you notice that there's no real line on here, so it makes it a little harder to line up with the axis of the bones. But any of these mid-size or smaller ones will work too. Okay, so there's two different ways to line these up, and again, it's up to you on how you want to do them. When we do flexion and extension, there's no 0 point. So what you're going to do, you're going to notice is when you line up the goni, it's going to be out of, like, on a degree. That's your starting point. So let's say I'm starting at 20 degrees and I get them to 30 degrees, subtract and it's 10 degrees. Right. So on this one, we do that for both. And we're going to either line it up straight or you can go across the wrist this way. So as you'll notice, so the testing is you're going to stabilize the wrist. You're going to grab basically that below the first joint and you're going to bring it across this way. Okay. So that's the end of flexion. Now, yes, we can flex all the way across, but then that starts in the distal joints that come across. So all we're measuring is the CMC joint. Yeah. CMC flexion is just from here, 0 to there. Okay. Thumb or hand flat. It makes it look, pictures kind of look like they're angled like this, like they're almost like this, but they're not. Their hands are flat. Okay, so just look on that. So let's see. Fulcrum of the goni is over the palmar aspect of the first CMC joint. Proximal arm, the ventral midline of the radius using the ventral surface of the radial head and the radial satellite process for reference. Distal arm with the ventral midline of the first metacarpal. So MCP, you're going to go down ventral side here and then just up midline. Again, you want to stand up above. Try to bring that in. So he's starting at, let's see, 16, yeah. And then we're going to bring him out. This is where you get. So you're actually, okay. So from here, 16 to 5. Subtract 11. There we go. Or we can go, the other one that they show goes across. So the fulcrum is again over the CMC joint, which is an imaginary line between the palmar surface of the trapezium and pisiform, often parallel to the distal wrist crease, and then a line distal arm with the ventral midline of the first metacarpal. So basically the same setup. Now you're just going to go across the crease. This is the one I like. When you're at 60. And bring it in. 85, which was 15. Or we get on the 11 on the other one. So slight variation.